The Ark of the Covenant, a weapon, a throne, or something else. For thousands of years, one object has haunted the human imagination more than any other. It's been hunted by kings, guarded by priests, and lusted after by empires. It's a mystery wrapped in gold, an artifact of immense power that simply vanished from history. We think we know its name, the Ark of the Covenant, the sacred chest of the ancient Israelites. But what if our image of a holy relic is dangerously incomplete? What if its real purpose was something far more terrifying? For centuries, the Ark of the Covenant has been pictured as a beautiful golden chest, a symbol of God's promise. But what if that's only half the story? Ancient texts don't just describe a throne. They describe a terrifying power, a weapon that could bring down city walls and obliterate armies. In this video, we're uncovering the chilling evidence that suggests the Ark of the Covenant was one of the most formidable weapons of the ancient world. Section 1. The Enigma of the Ark. To understand the mystery, you first have to understand the object. According to the book of Exodus, the blueprints were delivered directly from God to Moses on Mount Sinai. The instructions were specific. A chest, just over a meter long, made from acacia wood and completely covered, inside and out, with pure gold. Atop its lid, known as the mercy seat, were two golden cherubim, their wings spreading to overshadow the space between them. It was right there, between those angelic figures, that God himself would speak. Originally, it was built to hold the stone tablets of the Ten Commandments. Later traditions, mentioned in the New Testament, say it also contained a golden jar of manna and the rod of Aaron, a symbol of priestly authority. It was a holy object, a portable sanctuary, and the ultimate symbol of the covenant between a people and their God. For 40 years, priests from the tribe of Levi carried it through the wilderness, a constant physical reminder of the divine in their midst. But as the Israelites marched toward the Promised Land, the Ark's role began to change, fast. It became more than a symbol. It became an instrument of power. Section 2. A power beyond belief, the biblical accounts. The first real flex of the Ark's incredible power happened at the Jordan River. The river was flooding, an impassable barrier. On God's command, priests hoisted the Ark and walked toward the raging water. The second their feet touched the river's edge, the waters miraculously stopped, piling up and allowing the entire nation to cross on dry ground. This was a massive miracle, but it was just the warm-up. Next up, the fortified city of Jericho, whose walls were considered unbreakable. For 6 days, the Israelite army marched around the city in total silence, led by the priests carrying the Ark. On the 7th day, they circled it 7 times. As the priests blew their horns and the people shouted, the mighty walls of Jericho collapsed into dust. The Ark didn't fire a single shot. Its mere presence, used in a divine ritual, was enough to bring a city to its knees. It wasn't just leading them, it was fighting for them. And you did not want to be its enemy. When the Philistines later captured the Ark in battle, they treated it like a trophy of war and placed it in the temple of their god, Dagon. Big mistake. The next morning, their idol was toppled on its face before the Ark. They set it back up, only to find it shattered the next day. Soon after, a plague of tumors and mice ripped through their cities. Terrified, the Philistines realized this was no trophy. It was a weapon that fought its own battles. They sent it back, admitting defeat not to an army, but to the power inside that golden chest. This power wasn't just for enemies. It demanded total reverence from the Israelites too. When a man named Uzzah reached out to steady the Ark as it wobbled on an ox cart, he was struck dead on the spot. Later, when the men of Beth Shemesh disrespectfully looked inside it, they were killed. While some manuscripts say 70 men died, others claim a staggering 50,070, a number many scholars believe is a textual error, but the message was the same. This was no passive object. It was a vessel of terrifying holy power that couldn't be touched or disrespected without lethal consequences. Section 3. Weapon of God or ancient technology. So what are we looking at here? Parting rivers, crumbling walls, striking people dead. The question isn't if the Ark was powerful, but what kind of power it was. Was it purely a series of divine miracles or something else entirely? The biblical accounts are clear. The power came from God, whose presence was focused between the cherubim on the mercy seat. From this view, it was never a weapon for men to aim and fire, but a sacred point of contact with the divine. The miracles were simply acts of God's protection and judgment. And yet, a more provocative theory has lingered for centuries, looking at the Ark not through the lens of theology, but of physics. The design is oddly specific. 2 layers of a great conductor, gold, separated by an insulator, acacia wood. To a modern engineer, that sounds a lot like a capacitor, a device built to store and discharge huge amounts of electrical energy. This fringe theory, which has no basis in mainstream science, suggests the 2 cherubim could have acted as terminals, creating a powerful electrical arc. This could offer a brutal, scientific-sounding explanation for what happened to Uzzah, a victim of a massive electrical discharge. Some have even compared the plague of tumors that afflicted the Philistines to radiation sickness, though there is no scientific evidence for this. Was the Ark of the Covenant not a miracle box, but a piece of advanced and misunderstood technology? Section 4. The Vanishing Act, the ultimate mystery. If the Ark was this powerful, a divine throne, a supernatural weapon, or a piece of ancient tech, then where did it go? For centuries, it sat in the most sacred chamber of King Solomon's temple in Jerusalem, the Holy of Holies. Veiled from all eyes, only the high priest could enter, and only once a year. But in 586 BCE, the unthinkable happened. The Babylonian Empire, led by King Nebuchadnezzar, conquered Jerusalem. They sacked the city and destroyed the temple. Historical records list the treasures they hauled away, but one item is glaringly absent from the list: the Ark of the Covenant. It just vanishes. There is no record of its capture, no mention of its destruction. After being the central object of an entire faith for centuries, it disappears from the biblical and historical record, sparking one of the greatest mysteries of all time. Was it hidden, destroyed, or was it stolen and lost to the ages? Section 5. The Global Hunt, Modern Theories and Searches. The hunt for the lost Ark has never really stopped. It's become a holy grail for adventurers, archaeologists, and believers, inspiring countless theories about its final resting place. The most famous claim comes from Ethiopia. The Ethiopian Orthodox Tewahedo Church says they've had the Ark for nearly 3,000 years. According to their national epic, the Kebra Nagast, it was brought to Ethiopia by Menelik I, the son of King Solomon and the Queen of Sheba. Today they claim it's kept in a small, heavily guarded chapel in the city of Axum, next to the Church of Our Lady Mary of Zion. No one is allowed to see it except for a single guardian monk who protects it for life. Another tradition, from the ancient second book of Maccabees, says the prophet Jeremiah was warned of the Babylonian invasion and hid the Ark in a cave on Mount Nebo. He's said to have sealed the entrance, declaring the location would remain a secret until God gathers his people together again. A third theory suggests the Ark never left Jerusalem at all, and that priests hid it in a secret chamber deep beneath the Temple Mount, moments before the city fell. This theory has a powerful grip on the imagination, suggesting the Ark is still there, buried under one of the most sacred and politically charged sites on Earth. Even the CIA has been drawn into the mystery. Declassified documents from a 1980s psychic espionage program called Project Sunstreak revealed that a remote viewer was tasked with finding the Ark. While not considered credible evidence, the psychic described a golden box in a subterranean chamber in the Middle East, protected by what they called unseen entities. The search for the Ark is a journey into the heart of faith, history, and pure mystery. If you love digging into the secrets of the ancient world, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next investigation. So what was the Ark of the Covenant? Was it a sacred throne that let humanity speak with God? A divine weapon that could win wars? Or an artifact of forgotten science, a power source whose secrets are lost to time? Maybe the truth is a mix of all three, a point where the divine and the physical, faith and physics, intersected in a way we just don't understand anymore. Its power brought victories in battle, but its purpose was always to be a symbol of God's presence. Today, the Ark itself is gone, but its legacy is more powerful than ever. It's a testament to the human search for connection with something greater than ourselves, and a reminder that the power of some mysteries lies not in finding the answer, but in the questions that drive us to keep looking.